Yo, welcome back to the 1497 podcast, baby. You know the vibes, baby. It's your boy, Jonathan Keaton, in the cut. And right beside me, it's the man with the camera on. Baseline, getting all the show stopping plays, the highlights. Man, oh man, Langston Johnson in the building.
Oh, what's good? What's good?
Man, I'm living life right now. Well, what about you, my guy?
Man, can't complain at all. Living the dream.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Ain't nothing
Mm,
wrong with that. My co-host
mm.
Michael Wood couldn't be here today. We'll catch Michael on Thursday. So let's get down to the interview, man. I mean, to start it off, I was just scrolling through. I had to get familiar with the guys that I'm interviewing, all the people. So I won't be coming up here just asking random questions. And
Right,
I'm
right.
looking and I'm seeing all these stars that you're getting pictures of. I mean, Connor, I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong, but I think his last name starts with an N. Connor, um, hold on. This
Wait,
this
with an
looks
N or an E?
uh I think it's an E. No, yeah. Yeah, it starts with an E. Last name,
A Sejan.
yeah, Connor
Yeah.
Sejan. And I'm looking at Tom Izzo, one of the GOATs, and then I'm looking at Richard Brooks, Darren Thornton. Like, walk me through when they first come out, you got the camera on and everything. What emotions are going through your brain or going through your whole body, just capturing all these raw moments?
Like it's super cool for me because like I used to be on that other side. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
played basketball for years and stuff. So this was kind of a way for me to like still stay within the game without being in the like knowing that I'm not playing anymore. So like knowing I'm on the other side, like being like, all right, I remember when I was coming out the locker room, like being able to see like somebody behind the camera right there in front of me, I got to throw on a straight face, whatever. So then like seeing that, being able to like capture like that moment on the other side, like knowing like not only like is it for them and like I'm trying to create cool content for myself, trying to create cool content for them, but then like even like the parents, like the whole community, like they want to see they want to see what their people are doing. So like being able to like be on that other side when I was like a part of the game for so long and being able to capture that has been easily the coolest part. Just like even like still walking into a gym and seeing like it packed in there, like all that stuff still gives me chills. It's like it gets me giddy, like I'm about to suit up and play.
Now, yeah, I feel you, bro. Cause like you've been lacing up your shoes, doing your warm-ups, doing all that, and then you see the guys that are in your shoes or that were in the shoes that you're in right now, you see them in your shoes back then. So it's like
Right.
such a cool feeling, like,
Yeah.
man, like I gotta look icy. I'm about to go on the gram. This is about to be my game right
Oh
here.
yeah, oh yeah. It's like, man, all these people here, I gotta go for 20, man. I gotta make sure I'm dripped out, like all that stuff.
And then on top of that, too, it's like, man, like it's one thing to take a picture, but it's another thing to take a picture and look at the picture and be like, damn, that's raw as hell. And when I was looking at Langston Media, all your stuff, that's all I was saying to myself. And I'm not even I'm not even lying about that either, because it's just such raw moments that you have captured. And we were talking before this on how you just started, and to have stuff like that already, it's incredible, bro.
Yeah, no, it's been really cool, especially being up here, like northern Indiana for a long time. Like, especially when I first started, there wasn't a lot of people really doing it up here. So, like, being one of the only ones, like, really trying to capture these moments was like super cool for me. And even especially as more people have come on and like being like, all right, like look at all this dope stuff that we're doing for like all these kids up here. You know what I'm saying? Like as much as I love capturing like these moments, like seeing other people being able to capture the moments too, and then like seeing how dope their work is, like all that stuff is part of it. And like I really love it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love to see it. And we got to talk about the picture aspect, because the picture aspect, it's pretty hard, because you got to get certain angles, then you got to get the certain moment, then you got to make it look all cool and stuff. So what, I know basketball, you're going to say basketball because basketball's got that soft spot for you. So what's
Mhm.
your favorite basketball picture, that you have ever taken on the court?
Okay, what's crazy? So my favorite basketball picture that I've taken up to this point was actually at someone hired me to come shoot a sixth grade all-star game. And so dude who used to be like, he was like one of my AAU coaches back in the day, like somebody who I like, he's older, but like, he was a hooper. And
Right.
so his son actually played with on the AAU team, or on that, in that all-star game. And I got a picture of him walking, and like, it's like perfect. Like him walking, one foot is like kind of like up, and he's got like one foot up, he's like walking, he's got his head down, and you can just see his number and his name like perfect. And like that, like what, like it's just so weird that was my favorite one. Like I've been doing this, I've shot some pretty cool stuff over the last like 3 or 4 months, and like just a sixth grader is like the favorite picture that I've taken up to that point, which is like, it's so weird to me, but that's been my favorite so far.
I think it sticks out to you because like that was your AAU coach back in the day. So
Right.
it's like, it's such a raw moment for something that you picked up, and like you got to take a picture of him in that moment at that all-star game, because he was there for you in that moment during your time that you was hooping.
Right.
So speaking of favorite pictures, what's your, because everyone's got a favorite spot on the court that they like to be at, whether it's players, coaches, staff, whoever it may be. You guys got a favorite spot. So what is your favorite spot on the court to take pictures, and why?
It's got to be, okay, the best spot is probably the corner baseline closest to, like, either side, corner baseline closest to like a team's bench. Because so then like anything happens, yeah, I take pictures and I do video too. So like part of it is like, if I'm taking a video and somebody hits a three, boom, I can go right over to the bench reactions. Like somebody hits a three in the corner, instead of following the guy, every once in a while I try and get like one of his teammates holding up the three and try and zoom in on the three real close. Like, like the celebrations and stuff on the sideline, like some of that stuff is like some of the most like raw and best stuff if you can get it right. And then so that's probably the best. And then you guys stay out of the way the officials, and make sure the officials aren't getting in your shot. So like trying to make sure you're in that corner can give me easy access to like a different view from both.
Yeah, corner baseline. That's a good spot because you're catching everything. If you want to get the fans right there. Want to get the bench is right there. And I think everything outside the game, those are your pure moments where the fans' reactions from some guy airballing, you get that on video. The bench going crazy, doing a whole bunch of celebrations, you get that on video. Coach wilding out, going crazy at the referees, you get that on video too. It's just such a great spot. It's kind of like the middle seat of the movies. You're not too close, you're not too far, you're in just right position.
Right, exactly. And that's definitely one of the things. Like when I first started, like I'm only shooting what's going on during the game. Like that was basically the only thing I ever shot. And so like, but the more that I started to like learn and like watch other people, like other people that I look up to, I'm like, what's different? And you got some warm-up stuff, some crowd shots, like parents clapping, like the student section going crazy, like the bench going crazy. Like you get all of that stuff. Like that's what makes, like, what's going on just on the court is what people come to see. But like you add that extra factor of all that extra stuff, it makes it so much better.
Yeah, it's like people are coming to the games to obviously watch the game, but you want to give them a little more spice, right? Especially for the people that are not there. They're like, man, I wanted to go to this game, but I can't. Why didn't I go to this game? Or
exactly.
If I should go to this game or thinking about this game, why should I go? And then they just look at your footage and be like, damn, that right there was cold. That was cold. I gotta go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's definitely what it's like, and being able to capture the whole environment. Like that's what makes it a lot better.
So you see your past self. It's like a little Back to Future movie. Y'all sit down, y'all have a cup of coffee, y'all just chop it up about the next future or what happened in the past. You ask yourself, where would you be from your past self? You're asking yourself, where would you be in the next 5 to 10 years? What would you tell your past self?
Like what would I tell like little Lang? Like what would I
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
like
Like
this
what
version of
would you
me?
tell Lil Wayne?
I would just tell him like I would just tell him like, take every, every step for what it could be. Cause shoot, growing up, I thought I was about to be in your position, like do a podcast, like broadcasting. Like that's what I really wanted to do growing up. And so like shoot, when I was in college, I was doing what you were doing, making some podcasts, doing the dope stuff that you're doing right now. So like and all that stuff like helped me get into media, which helped me get into this side of it, which is it's weird how sometimes life just takes a left turn.
Yeah,
And so like that's definitely what I would say. It's just take it all in, because it's the ride is bumpy, but you get where you need to go.
exactly. And the good thing about that, when life takes a left turn, sometimes that left turn is always going to get you back in the lane that you were supposed to be in.
Right, exactly.
So it's like it plays its role sometimes. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. But at the
Right,
end of the day, you can still get back to your destiny, still get back to
exactly.
your journey that you're supposed to go on.
Yep.
So was it an easy transition for you to be like, okay, I'm gonna give basketball a little break, but I'm gonna still be part of the game with the photography around basketball? How, if it was an easy transition, how did it make it easy? How did you make it easier upon yourself?
uh Easy. um Easy is like, I don't know, because like it's been different, just not like, I'm not hoop, like I don't really hoop anymore. And because it's like normally if I'm in a gym, like I got my camera with me trying to see, what's going on in the gym with everybody else in there. So like it has been like hard at times to be like, dang, I'm like I really just don't do this anymore. But it's been a lot of fun. Like I've really enjoyed it, be like so much more, like even just doing like sports stuff in general, like football, basketball. Like shoot, I did photography for a swimming meet a couple of weeks ago. Like some of that stuff is just so like different, and it's so like so the transition has been like relatively easy, because like for a while it was looking like I didn't really know how I was going to stay involved into the game, because I tried to coach and I didn't really like that. And so I kind of didn't know how I was going to stay involved. And so this kind of presented itself just randomly, and kind of here we are in this aspect, which has been it's been unreal. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, when you retire or just stop playing something, like I would say a month, maybe even more than that, it's hard because you're like, well, I don't really do this for real anymore. I got nothing else to do. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like a midlife crisis where it's like, I I don't even know who I am anymore without this. And then
It
once you
was
find, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, I was just to say it's just weird from that, like it was just weird because like once I got done, I was like, man, I'm just gonna take a break from this, because like all like I'm just the type of person I am. Like I just like to work out. Like if I'm gonna play a sport, like put me in the gym. I got to make sure like I'm one of the best ones, so I don't look goofy when I'm on the floor playing in
Right.
front of everybody. So that's my whole mentality from it. So when I was done, it's like I took one big deep breath, and I just stopped. Like I just stopped. So then like being able to just get back into it without having to do all that, working out and all the physical activity has been low key kind of nice.
Yeah, it's so relaxing because like you're like, I'm just behind the camera, just
Yep.
capturing footage at this point. Like
Yep.
like what's wrong with that? So
Exactly.
with the camera, did you find the camera or did the camera find you?
Low key, the camera found me.
Mm,
So okay, so one of my dudes, Slime Daryl, he started doing some camera stuff. like he has his own business. My man Daryl doing big things.
Hey,
That's
shout out
like
Daryl. Shout out Daryl.
that man. That's the dude who I like really got me into it. But he was doing like he does like more like corporate stuff, like weddings. So there was one day I actually was gonna go use his camera. He had a real nice camera, using it for a wedding. And so he's like, here, if you want to go, like my brother at the time, he was a junior in high school playing football. He was like, if you want to go like try and use this thing just to get some practice with it, go to the football game and use it, you can. So I'm like, all right, yeah. I went out to their pregame and used the camera. I threw a little short little mix together to have for him for before the game. It was raps after that. I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. After that, it was raps. Like I had to get my hands on my own camera. Once I did that, it was game over after that.
Did your brother had to ball out in that game? Did he ball out in the game?
Oh yeah, he was. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Cool.
He did what it does. He did what it does.
Yeah. As long as he had to do what he had to do, it is all good. But nah, it's like once you pick up that first thing, whether it's computer if you're a gamer, that controller if you're a gamer, or a camera, and then you get to see what other people were telling you about, you're like, it's just love at first sight. It's like, wow, why didn't I start doing this earlier? But I'm glad I'm doing it now. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's really how I felt. Like it was like, man, I should have been doing this a long time ago. But it was real tough to like go back even farther. Like I was kind of like practicing with some stuff, like wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but like I was kind of like bored trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So when I was in college, every once in a while, our JV team, my senior year, our JV team would play before us. So we had a JV team at Trine. They would play before us. I was trying to put together a little mini documentary for them, like just to be like, try something different. And I want to stay around basketball. So, man, before games, I would go grab a camera. They would let me borrow the camera, and I would go borrow a camera and go shoot a little bit of their game before our games. I'm talking about it would be halftime of their game. I'll go get my ankles taped, go throw my clothes on, and I'm standing up in the balcony with my camera on, like full gear on, trying to get a couple clips of the second half before I had to go get my mind right for the game. Like that's like, I guess like really it was before even like my brother's game when I really started to pick it up. But at that one point is when I like really fell in love with it.
Yeah, you was living that James Bond life, that double agent life.
A double agent. I was going to get the footage and having 20 on the other side.
one moment you taping up your ankles, next moment you reporting, getting all the footage and stuff for a basketball game.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's how it felt for real.
So it's like because you were talking about coaching, and what was like the biggest thing that kind of drew you away from the coaching field?
That I couldn't be out there. Like I'm like telling the kids on my team that I'm like, look, all right, like we got to make sure we do this and this, and they're going out and do the opposite. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore, man. I can't, like, because it would be stressing me out. I'll be up on this because like my personality, like if I'm a coach, like I'll be out there yelling, like I lose my voice after one game, like one AAU game, my voice is gone. And like it was just like, and it wasn't like the kids' fault, because like all the kids on my team, like I had a sophomore team, and then I coached the 8th grade team, and I loved all the kids on my team. Like I still talk to some of them now, like whenever I see them. But like I'm like, this is so simple to me. Like y'all are like, it's so simple to me. So, but that's really what it was, where I would just get like frustrated that like I wasn't out there and like I couldn't do anything about, like we was, losing by, like I had an 8th grade team and nobody on my 8th grade team like really hit that puberty spot yet. And so we went, first game we played, man, dude out there was 6'2", like nothing. The tallest kid on my team was like 5'7". So I'm like, all right, like there's nothing we can do about this, and I couldn't help him out. I felt bad, and that was game 1. That was the first game I coached. After that, like I was like, all right, yeah, we gotta try something else.
What's like, because now I gotta know. I'm intrigued now. What's one thing from your coaching experience that you go, man, if I get on a podcast one day, I gotta talk about this.
So it's from that first game. Look, it's a dude. Dude had to be 6'3", pushing 200. And like I said, the tallest kid on my team was like 5'9", 5'10". But they're like eighth grade. I'm talking about these are eighth graders. So look, I'm like, all right, like, we got double team the post, like try our best. Man, they got the ball the first fast break. This is 2 possessions in a row. First possession, they had a dude who was 6'1", 6'2", came down the lane, Euro over top, laid it up. I'm like, all right, man, like, come on, man. And then they come down next possession, give it to the 6'3" dude. He takes one dribble into the biggest kid on my team and lays up. He looks at me. I'm looking over at him like, I don't like this. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. That's it. And like that, which is unfortunate that set the tone for the rest of my coaching career. But that's really what it was like. Like, I'm like, who are these? Like, where are these kids coming from?
Was your facial expression like?
I would just like this. Like, he looked over. I'm like, you gotta keep playing hard. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I could check in and he probably gonna do close to the same to me. Like, I don't know. Man, that was tough. That was tough.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have pulled. If I saw that happen, I probably would have. I would have walked out the stadium. I probably would have drove home. Out of here. Yeah, I'm like, come on, y'all, we getting out of here. I would have told the ref, we can't play here anymore. So I'm gonna go home, watch some TV. Man. Oh, yeah. So out of all the athletes, out of all of them, you took a picture of, got highlight tape and everything. Which athlete was your favorite of all time and why?
Oh, my favorite. That's tough because, like, man, I gotta look. Hold on, I gotta refresh myself.
Go ahead.
Let's see what I posted. Some of the stuff that I posted.
It's a heavy question.
Ooh, okay, hold on. I may have one. Probably I got okay. Well, one, Blake Wesley, Notre Dame.
from Notre Dame.
Yeah. So he's from South Bend. So when I what Blake is the third video I have up here. Like, it was when I just started. So the videos I have of him aren't that good. But so he was one of my favorites just because, like, man, me and my partner over here that do stuff together, we were fiending for dunks. We would always be like, we gotta get a dunk this game. And he was really one of the only dudes in the area that was really banging out. So, like, he had like 3 or 4 in the game, and like that was the best one. Hey, he almost jumped over my brother and dunked on it. Like, I'm talking about if he would have finished it, you would have saw it if he would have finished it. Like, it would have been nasty. So let's see. Another one. We got a kid out this way. His name is Marcus Burton. He is so tough. So like he just always gets to his spots. He's so quick. Like, he'd be knocking down. Like, he's super tough. So he's definitely one. And the last one's probably a kid going to Purdue. His name is Fletcher Lawyer. Like, he came out the game. They played over at Warsaw. He went to Homestead. They played over at Warsaw. And like in the first quarter, like, I'm like, all right, like, he didn't really do anything. He had a shot. He came out the second quarter, bro. I swear he had 20 at half. Like, I'm talking about just catch the ball, midi, good, all net. 3, good, all net. Like, everything he's putting up is all net, just draining it, not saying anything to anybody, just. And like, every single time I'm looking over, I'm like, man, that's cash. Like, that is nothing. That's all net. Those are probably my 3 favorite that I've done up to this point. But shoot, hopefully we can start, getting some other people that are super fun to watch.
So, Blake, are we talking about him dunking over the guy like John Morant almost did?
Jonas Valanciunas. So look, they was up by like 10 at this point, 10, 15. And so look, they throw him a lob in the fast break, and my brother like my brother's like 6'3", so like he's tall. So he starts to like back up to go like kind of like try and contest it. And he like Blake like starts to catch it and like he's like almost at his shoulder, like like looking down, like he's like really like his like legs are like by my brother's shoulders, like he's really gonna try and like really like end his life. And like luckily like he just kind of like fell awkward or something like happened and he didn't complete it. But like if I would have got a picture from across the court from where I was sitting, like how it looked, like you would have thought like he really did it to him. And it was hilarious because like I really like he like kind of like looked over at me because I'm sitting on the side, like I'm sitting right there. He looked over at me like kind of like grinning, and I'm like, hey man, hey, don't let him do that to you,
man. Especially too, that's a lose-lose. You get dunked on. Nah, that's a triple lose. You get dunked on, you get it on camera, and then you post it on social media. Man,
oh, that's immediately going on Instagram because that's instantly going viral.
Man,
like that's one of them boys that's going viral immediately.
Yeah, I'd move out the country at that point. So if you could describe your life with one song, which song would that be and why?
Oh, a song. See, I wish I was a more music head to like, it have to be something Drake because you know I'm huge Drake. I don't know if I really got one song. Like, I don't know if I really got one song. Like that's actually tough because I'm not a huge like I'm obviously everyone listens to music, but I don't be like headphones deep all the time, like got music in. So like, oh, that's tough. You should have. I wish you would have asked me that before, so I could have got something prepared.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, Langston Johnson. He definitely a music guru.
No, I wish I was. Like every once in a while, I'd be like, man, I got to start listening to more music, and then it just don't be happening. But it's definitely something. Whatever the answer is, it's something Drake. Because that's, hey, I'm light skinned. Drake light skinned. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's the light skin connection.
It's the light skin. It's the light skin.
We understand what Drake is saying. That's why it hits so different.
That's why it hits different. Come on, man, you get it.
So CLB. What are your thoughts on CLB?
Look, CLB was like I was hyping it because I really thought like he was gonna try and like make it one of his best, and it wasn't. But like he has like good songs. Like there are songs on there that you'll be able to listen to like later and be like, oh, okay, this is a good song, this is a good song, this is a good song. Like it's not Take Care, you know, nothing was the same. Like it wasn't one of those. Like I'm not gonna say that, I'm not gonna sit up in here and lie, but it was still like looking at songs that like I'm like, oh, this is definitely a slapper.
Hell yeah. But for me, I thought it was at the top with Drake. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was at the top.
I didn't think it was at the top. I couldn't get there. But like I still yeah, like I said, I still thought that like the song, like the music was still really good. Like it's still Drake. Like Drake is not just gonna have like just a terrible album. But like, you know, like if it was somebody else's album, it'd be like their best album.
So okay, so let's say Kanye didn't do Donda. For some odd reason, Kanye did CLB. Is that beating Graduation? Because I think Graduation is his best album.
No. Kanye's Graduation is one of the best. Like that's top tier. That's one of the those top tier albums. It's not beating Graduation. Like, yeah, we're not gonna we can't disrespect Kanye like that.
Okay, cool. I had to throw that out there just because man, Graduation's if we were talking about I would say top 15 albums of all time, Graduation's cracking the top 10.
It has to be on there.
Like, I don't think there's a song on Graduation where I genuinely go, this song is trash.
Yeah. It's not you. It's one of the best ever. It's one of the best ever.
Shout out Kanye, man. Shout out Kanye. How has photography made you into who you are today?
So it makes me like look at things. Like it's made me like look at things a lot different. Like we just talking about music. When I'm like listening to music, I'm like, oh, okay, this would be nice in a mix. Ooh, okay, like, or like, you know, when I'm like just walking around, like I'm like, oh, if I shot that a certain way, like this random thing could look really cool or like something like that. And it's also like just helped me keep something in my life that I can be like semi-competitive about. Semi-competitive about that I like really love to and enjoy doing. Like I find like outside of just like playing basketball, like I found something that I genuinely love to do. And so that has definitely helped shape me from the aspect of like I genuinely love to do this.
Yeah, taking pictures too, it's like no pun intended, but like it makes you look at the whole picture, right? Because like you're looking at so many aspects that are in the picture. You're looking at the ball, you're looking at the players, you're looking at the coaches, looking at everything around it. And like you can bring that into like a life's perspective and really bring it into a deeper meaning, which I think
Right.
is dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like it makes you it kind of, it makes you set where your focus is. Like and which is, that's what a picture is. Like where's your focus? Like where's your focus at? If you have the wrong focus, then the picture's ruined. So that's just how that goes.
So at the end of it all, what do you want to be able to say?
Be able to what?
To be able to say at the end of it all, your career over, everything, you in retirement. What do you want to be able to say?
I want to be able to say like I was able to do like something that I like really loved and be able to like shoot some like really dope stuff with it, whether it's like no matter what it is, like even if it's not in the sports space, but like just whatever it is, like first thing like comes ahead, like I love to be able to say like, oh, you see that picture of KD, like oh yeah, I took that, like oh yeah, you see this picture of this, you see that young bull out there playing in the league right now, oh when he was in high school, I took a picture of him, or like I had a mix of him when he was so and so, like some of that stuff, like just being around the game and being able to say like I captured so many moments for some of these kids, some of these parents, like even over the summer. So I still wasn't really sure what I was doing with this, and I took some pictures down at the Indiana State track meet, and like there were a couple of people who reached out to me like, hey, we wanted to use this in our like in our in our yearbook, like we wanted to use this like so and so in a like an album for the girls track team, like whatever it may be. Like that stuff is like really dope to me, just knowing like they have those moments that they can look back on forever, like the parents, the kids, grandparents, like whatever it may be, like having those moments is genuinely really special to me.
Yeah, because like you're there before like stardom even hits them. Like you're there before they take off and do big things with your life.
Yeah.
And being able to say that you captured those on camera is something like, wow, no one's going to be able to take that away from me or Langston Media, baby. Come on.
And even if it's not like somebody like doing anything big, like even if it's somebody like high jumping at their high school and that's the last athletic event that they ever do in their life, like even just having that, like like that stuff is still like that's almost more special to me than like some of the other stuff, because it's like like that person telling their kids like, oh yeah, mom used to be a high jumper, what you know about that? And like, nah, the kids be like, nah, you lying, here, look at this, and be like, oh, I contributed to that, like to that moment. And some of that stuff is like even more special than anything.
Yeah, you could be cooling on the porch one day, sipping some Hawaiian punch. Kid walks up to you, is like, man, Blake that went to Notre Dame, balling out. And you can be like, yeah, kids, you want to hear a story? Yeah, I took a picture of him back in the day.
Back in the
No,
day.
you didn't. No, you want to see? Bam.
Boom. Back in the day. Back in the day.
Yeah. So you got any shout outs? I know you got some shout outs. So shout them out, baby. Shout them out.
Man. All right, man. Look, we got shout out my guys. My man Kellen. Got shout out my man Kellen. Hey, Kellen been pushing me high school or like doing huge things. Kellen, got shout out to my guys, Nathan, Brandon, man, who else? Nolan, Jacob, man, my guys in the takeover group. Gotta shout y'all out, man. Got shout my fiance Skylar. She in the other room. If she don't hear this, she gonna kill me. So gotta shout her out. Who am I missing? I already shouted out my man Daryl. I think that's all I got.
Well, shout out to all the homies. Shout out to the fiance. Thank you for coming on, Langston Johnson, baby.
Man, appreciate you having me on, man. What you're doing is really cool. All the interviews and all that stuff, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
No
A lot
problem.
like even people like me, like whether it's me or somebody way bigger than what I'm doing, like you on your way, bro. Like
Yes, sir.
you and your partner, super dope.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the Mike Wood, greatest co-host to ever co-host a podcast in all time. Anywho, Langston, if you ever want to come on again and just chop it up, me, you, and Mike, let us know.
I'll hit you up. We'll have to do this again, bro.
That's cool. That's cool. And then, hey, if you got more people, if you want Daryl to come on or the homies, come on in.
I'll have to let him know.
But thank you for coming on. And for everyone, including you, Langston, tell them to subscribe to 1497 Podcast. Tell them to like and comment on our videos on YouTube. And then while you're doing that, you might as well tell them, go follow 1497 Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We're on all podcasting platforms, Monday and Thursday. We're still trying to find a time. Me and Mike, we pop up, hey. we make a video, and we just dish it out at a random time. But it's always every Monday and Thursday, though.
Hey, got to keep the content flowing.
Exactly. That's got to keep the content flowing, baby. Anywho, thank you for coming on. I'm out. I gotta go watch Winning Time on HBO Max. So
man,
the Lakers.
Matter of fact, that's what.
Right? Yeah, we gotta roll out. We go.